Welcome back to the spooky adventures in the graveyard, or soon to be there, in the Forgotten Realms, playing Baldur's Gate Trilogy. This is, of course, Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Baldur's Gate Trilogy. I still think one of the best role-playing games, fantasy-type role-playing games ever. I know the graphics particularly are dated. No, all of you guys, not just you. So, let's head out to the graveyard. Okay, now, we're at night. We want to talk to the little boy there to move that storyline along, but then we will...
It shall be.
Oh, he's up over here now. How did he get over here?
Who are you?
Mama, Papa, is that you? What manner of spirit are you? Why are you not at rest? Spirit, my name is Wellen. I just want my stuffed bear back. Your stuffed bear. Yes, it's my favorite bear. Little man, the bear, the bad man who came into our house. He hurt me and took little man with everything else. Sob, I can never go to sleep without little man. The thief took your bear along with the rest of his loot. If I found this bear for you, you would be at peace. Oh yes, I could go to sleep if I only had him. Would you get him for me? Would you please, please, please? Very well. Do you know where your bear is? Yes, sniff. The bad man has it in the end in the slums. The copper something, sniff. He is one of in those bedrooms in the back. I think his name is Lilness. Okay. So we will do that, but not immediately. We are heading on a different task. Let's actually move to this formation, sort of staggered close because we are moving here, and of course, like I've been talking and wondering, did they ever improve the pathfinding? And yes, I have pathfinding nodes or whatever it's called, and this turned up to as high as it can be, because that's not straining my processor. Okay. Yes, look for traps.
Well, of course I can do that.
You point
There we go.
goes,
Anything over there?
aside.
No. Yeah.
Consider it done.
Yes.
Spiders. Yes, that's a good arrow. And
Jump on my sword while you can, evil. I won't be as gentle.
yeah, we'll even get tree fought. Nah, I won't waste. Good arrows right there.
With all speed.
Oh, phase spiders decide to jump in and die.
I am willing.
Yes? Faster than Chick-Tika Fast Paws.
You.
Live by the sword.
Yes.
You take
Why
for that
Live
spider.
a good long time.
Nature, I go.
Stand back.
What
For
do you want?
justice.
Creature,
It
and
shall
feed
be.
the earth.
All right, crew. Let's take them
See
down.
battle bow. Run, bow, run.
There we go. Now we can go back to slightly more open order.
I think that's a lovely idea.
I will do my best.
Okay, we remember that they were talking about in one of the notes or something about the spider nest thing, and that's what we're walking on. We're walking on a big spider's web here.
As I would have.
Aye! Swords, not words. Make way, villainy. Hero coming through. Feel the backhand of justice.
I would be interested to know. It's not important, but maybe it's just a prompting to get you guys to type more. I was just thinking because yeah, Trilogy I think would have moved and attacked a different creature there, but I sort of interrupted and selected him and said, selected attack. In your play style, the way you like to play, do you like to micromanage? Fade, you shoot at this monster, and Chihira, you shoot at this monster, or concentrate everybody's missile fire onto one monster and then switch to another and then switch to another. Do you like to want to micromanage it all yourself, or do you prefer to sort of watch it happen? This is something that's come up more with Hearts of Iron 4 in different people's play styles. I just sort of wonder with a game like this, what do you like to do? Do you want to play the game, or do you want to, you're sort of telling them where to go and what to do, but do you just want to sort of sit back and watch them swing the axe and
Very well.
the swords and whatever, and decide who to do it? That's just an interesting thought to me. I remember this now. Okay, you guys come back here. This is a Medusa, which of course can be a very, very naughty thing. It's down towards the bottom. As I said before, I am replaying some of this from very recently, earlier today in fact. You are the closest one, so you drink that because you're most likely to be targeted, I think. With mirror eyes, so go.
Feel the backhand of justice. That's not right.
Okay, now that she's chunked, you guys can jump in and go out help with the spiders. And since I am involved in game design, as it were, as a modder for Hearts of Iron,
As you would have.
just making mods is still game design. May not be core, but it designing the core of the game, but it just interests me as to how people play. Okay.
Consider it done.
I'm just sort of, lots of them.
Where Minsk goes, evil stands aside. With all speed.
All right.
There we go.
It shall be.
We're gonna go confront them in their lair.
Oh, glory for the Dark Mother!
Yeah, now she says glory for the Dark Mother. And this is my thought, and I still sort of think, because she's a dark elf, black skin, white hair, that's a dark elf. What is it you wish in this place? Quickly state your purpose and leave before I take away the chance. What is this place? Yeah, But as typical surface dwellers, you will think this is odd, but I have created a sanctuary here. The eight-legged can prosper beneath the city, away from fearful eyes. A sanctuary for spiders. Are you insane? Yeah, that's a good question. Are you insane? No. It is the murderers of these fine beasts that are insane. Even as we speak, these creatures are hunted down, more out of fear than any actual damage they might do. Perhaps you could be of some use. If you help me, I would allow you passage here as you wish. Let me tell you what I require. I am a hive master druid. See, this is... Yes, we know there's shadow druids out there, which are evil druids. But normal druids are neutral, which... I value human life over animal life. That doesn't mean I want to bulldoze every bit of nature down. That's how the sort of loony left seems, and the druids seem to be. It's either you've got to be for nature, or you want to, turn the world into a parking lot. No. But yeah, and this is the grove that I have chosen to build. It is a haven for the spiders, but it is not enough. They die most tragic at the hands of louts and hooligans. The people you see here are some of them. They are serving the spiders here until they redeem themselves for their crimes. I see it as fitting penance. I cannot stop them all, though. There has always been losses, but now there are even more. The workers of the city have found some fell weapons that smite spiders most unfairly. I need you to get it and bring it here. I will dispose of it and restore the balance to the city. If there are too few spiders, then the vermin will rise up. The exterminators do not think of this. Now, of course, the vermin to me includes the spiders. And yes, she may be right that spiders eat other vermin, and so there is a balance, but we, need to sort of keep human life over spiders. I will not help you. I have no love for spiders. No. Again, I meet apathy. Again, I face ignorance. Those underground will not bear this anymore. If you are not willing to help, then you are guilty of murder, as these fools here. Even Bodhi cares not whether I and the spiders live or die. Well, I will stand it no longer. You will face my creatures. You will feel them. You will serve. I think not, and unfortunately there isn't any good chance at.
Jump on my sword while you can, evil. I won't be as gentle.
Consider it done.
Okay, she's down, so you guys can jump over to swords and staves and take these little beasties down.
The bigger they are, the harder I hit.
Well, of course I can do that.
It is a you require nothing more?
A solid hit.
And no, like as I was saying before, I don't think I need to micromanage everybody, but
It is wise to do so. So much comes back to hunt.
Don't teach my hamster.
and I do sort of like them to do reasonably smart things, but just interested on people's ideas of play style. Because I always presumed, particularly before getting into all of this, that people of course play like I play. Wouldn't you presume that? That people play like you play? So this is a True Blood Yonestone. Daco bonus, hit point bonus. With the improved anvil, there are methods of combining some of the Yonestones together. Not sure exactly how far back Yonestones go, but at least I believe to Tolkien, Tolkien.
I await your word.
And they're supposed to be slower than this rotation there. But they're supposed to be little sparkling stones that sort of sit above the head, and definitely you could wear more than one, or have more than one at a time. Highly prized because of their nature. And at least in one version, and back in second edition, Yon stones come from the edge of, and especially like if you're looking at, there we go, with spell jamming,
Hello there.
way out at the edge of the crystal spheres, if you know what that is. And so they are very hard to come by.
As you ask.
But they're supposedly naturally occurring. We're going to leave the stakes. I think... Here we two. Yeah, she could use it. It's good both just to get a little bit of experience and of course black spider figurine.
It shall be.
I need you to watch my back.
That's another good reason, this black spider figurine, to take her out, though maybe we could have done the other thing and then taken her out.
Yes.
But I'm happy with the city having
Of course I can do that.
an anti-spider device of some sort. I don't know if you hear that, but that is lightning out, or thunder I should say. Thunder, I recently found out what the noise is. In thunder, I know it comes from lightning. You can't always see the lightning, but you can hear the thunder. But what thunder is when lightning comes down, it it's an electrical bolt. It either burns up or pushes out the sort of oxygen. I think it burns it up, and it creates a sort of a vacuum there. Pretty sure that's what it is. But it's the air rushing back in to fill the void, and so that's sort of crashing in with each other with sort of explosive-like force that creates the rumbling noise. So it's filling in the void. That's what creates the thunder. At least that's what I've heard recently. Could be all wrong. I'm not the science program. Don't come here to get all your sciencey advice. Oh, you needed to unlock it too,
Well
Fade.
then, why don't you let me squeeze through there?
What is my task? Consider it done.
And more spells. Yeah, we'll give the figurine to Fade. I guess she can have a figurine while she's with us. I'm not giving up the spider. Spiders just, I know the loaf-loving drow pay attention to them and like them or worship them or whatever, but they're not like an animal. Well, I mean, obviously they're an animal, but they're not like a mammal, Gwenwivar, that can have affection and whatnot. And I don't think they have any sort of emotional attachment. I think like when dogs act really, really friendly to us and they do, part of their pack or group or whatever, if you own a dog, I think it does love you. But they are a mammal. When you have a pet reptile, and as a kid I actually had a tortoise for a while, I don't think the tortoise likes you or dislikes you. I think the tortoise may come to not be displeased with your presence if you routinely bring it food, and when you sort of pick it up and touch it and play with it as a kid, as long as you're not turning it upside down, I don't know that it's afraid or, you know, again, displeased that you're there, but I don't think it has any affection for you. It's more of just a curiosity. So somebody who has a reptile tank or something in their home, you know, a terrarium, as it were, and can look at reptiles, that's cool. And some of them may be acclimated to your presence enough to sort of like hang out on you or whatever. I still don't think they have any affection for you. I just don't think so. Now, I could be all wrong about that. Again, don't get your sciencey information from me. Okay, now this room has traps, but this room is sort of a trap in and of itself. So let's sort of trigger some of that there. Okay, well.
On my arm. Very well. Where Minsk goes, evil stands aside.
Sort of the eyes, I believe, is where the traps start. There they are. Okay, guys.
We're all doomed. What is the point?
I think that's a lovely
Oh,
idea.
marvelous. You have no sense of time. No kill them. Time work, time blade, time fire.
Okay, so he jumps out. Minsk, nauseated. Well, kill the thing that's causing nauseation.
I won't be as gentle.
Actually, that I think will work better against this.
What can I do in Bearvan's name?
As I expected.
Okay, and since that's another bony creature, take out your mace.
Go for the eyes! Yeah! It shall be.
I am willing.
I'll hurt you.
Victory!
Yeah, he did 4 points damage against the ghast. That's why we don't have her do much fighting.
I'll do my
As you know, this time I've gone with Aerie being a staff wielder.
No.
Normally I had her wielding a mace along with you know, a buckler shield was my normal Aerie, and with that, with either Mauler's arm or it was normally based to something on Mauler's arm, which gives you lots and lots of strength bonuses. So she does, I think, better at hitting things. But I think these stabs are more powerful. So we've playing a little different with this game.
If you're sure.
Armored, sharpened, and raring to go. Stand back for justice.
Why, hello there.
Okay, Trifada.
Consider it done.
Uh-oh. Another baddie.
Well then. Well, of course I can do that.
As I would have done.
There is being a bit of a thunderstorm out now.
Run, Bo, run! With all speed.
No.
We'll turn and fight.
Yes.
Well,
What a stupid act. In Misdrano you would die because of such a non-perfection. But whatever.
as you like, I am Aeon, an adventurer, the man of fire, Moonblade Wheeler, the one who you will admire, the one who stands in place here next to you. Are you friend or foe? You do not seem to be allied with the undead, so speak your name, half-elf. Well, at least it recognizes I'm a half-elf. I am Trifada. What are you doing in a place
As I
like
have
this?
said, I'm Aeon. I was wandering through this place and thinking about the traps when I happened to stumble into you.
Pai'Na, and well, you know the rest of the story. I'm simply helping others. I thought only Zahn was capable of carrying. Well, you know the story. You are... This is a Moonblade, powerful sword. Elven myth. Does not matter to me. No, get lost. Thought you'd be less vulgar. Well, so did I, but it didn't give me any other real chance.
Want.
You just follow me and stay close.
Okay, now, are there any other... Ah, yes. And, that is not open.
What do you require? It shall be.
Ah, 100 gold, and that looks like pearls. Okay, yeah, angel skin, dump that in here, dump that in there, dump that down in here. Use up a few slots.
Consider it done.
Pearl necklace, very good.
I need you to watch my back. Anything in there of note? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. And yes, the trap with the hand pointing this way is telling us there is more down that way.
Make way, villainy.
There we go.
Hero coming through. I will do my best. Busse. Butt kicking, for goodness!
Yes? Well, of course I can do that.
Yes.
Uh-oh, mummies. It can be a bit...
If it will help.
Where Minsk goes, evil stands aside.
Wow, this lightning out and thunder outside is perfect for this. Ah. Good timing there, Fade. Airy, I can hear you muttering to yourself when you look my way. If you have a problem with me, tell me to my face. Oh, it's nothing, Fade. I just... Come on, little fancy, spit it out. It's just that I've heard of your people, Fade, that they are cruel and evil and torture for fun. They are willing to corrupt themselves simply to gain power. I sometimes wonder about your intentions here. That all well. The first parts of all that seem to be very true if you read the books. I do believe you are casting aspersions on my character based solely upon rumors of my heritage, or maybe misinterpreting what or maybe I'm misinterpreting what you. I didn't intend to insult you, Fade, but you cannot blame me for my caution. I have nothing against you personally, but I do sometimes wonder if Pai'Na knows about your people. It's something he needs to know about. Needs to know. Just who are you to judge this? I wasn't judging you. I was just so exactly what you're doing, Airy. I'm not patronizing or betraying or berating you. Of course you are, Fade. Of course I know how my people are perceived, and I believe me, the reality is worse than any rumor, but that doesn't mean we are all like that. Ooh, I just saw a flash. So that was about 4 miles or so away. Who ate their... yeah. Same with your people. No, it never happened. No Avaria would ever do that. No, how can you be sure? Well, at this point, it's just because you belong to a certain caste or race doesn't necessarily mean you all act the same. Your experiences also shape who you are,
who you'll be. You're already different from your Varial kin, and not just physically. That's a cruel thing to say. I may not have my wings, but I'm still. You may be right, I'm different now, but I didn't ask for it. Neither did I, and it may surprise and dismay you how to know that I didn't change out of some greater purpose or realization. I liked my previous life. It was easy. I could do as I wished. But now I have to get on with being what I am now. As we all do, just concentrate on being you. Uh-oh. A little bit of fear, a little bit of being held. Okay, since they're bringing social commentary into this, I'm gonna jump into what I normally don't do much on this series. Talk a lot more about when I'm playing historical games, talking about history and that kind of thing. This is fantasy, it's different. I know not in any sort of well sense, just sort of online and corresponding with some of them, and you know, really good people in the modding community, or at least it used to be. Oh, there were also a few jackasses and a few really sort of weird people too. No, some very bad jackasses too. But this sort of social justice warrior stuff definitely was creeping in back in the day. Like I say, some that I would sort of say, you know, I don't know, friends, but sort of in an online friendly way, we were. What is true about humans, and then humans are of course in this game, and so that can all have all the shades of stuff. Dungeons and Dragons was created out of primarily European mythos of various types, very heavily influenced by Tolkien, where, you know, if you look at some of the mythos, dwarves are evil creatures or whatnot, and so it varies, of course, in European mythos, and then of course they've piled in all kinds of mythos from other parts of the world in various formats. Ooh, more lightning. Now that's like 2 miles away from me. I don't know if you're hearing it. Yeah, according to my microphone, you are. So it should be picking that up. Okay. Is that these these races are all, you know, come out of various myths and tropes. Orcs is orcs. And the only real time that is supposed to change in any meaningful way is in two basic cases. One, player characters. Player characters traditionally could be of any alignment. So you can get a what is an evil drow character, you know, or race kind of thing, and you can play it as a good person, or you can play a dwarf as an evil person. Now we can look at Abathor, I think I'm pronouncing that right, sort of the dwarven god of greed, and he is evil. And so that, yes, some dwarves can sort of slip into this, but normally it's not terribly deep, but except unless, of course, we're talking about Duergar, the gray dwarves, or some other sorts of things. You know, so it's supposed to be that. Or the other thing is, for significant story and plotline characters. So 99% of dwarves that you're going to meet wandering around are supposed to be good, unless they're specifically in a plot line, and those should be somewhere between 1 and 5% of dwarves. I think we just fought recently the dwarf of the Bridge District who was kidnapping people for ransom and then killing them. That's definitely an evil act. He would be long before that long before killing people for their money, he would have been thrown out of the dwarven community, if not hunted down and killed. And so I'm perfectly accepting of Fade, as she is a, you know, sort of a story slash party NPC that is, could be, if we had a multiplayer situation here, something being played by a human. So I totally accept Fade as different, but I also totally accept Ariels or Zons, who, you know, is a another mod NPC that doesn't have the reaction built in for Fade, at least not the version that I have. So, but he would be even more. Gotta watch out for her, 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 because he's a scholar and other things, so he would have heard. Although the Moon Elves weren't the type that went. This is, I guess, what Sun Elves is Fade's ancestry. So you sort of have that, and I think that is perfectly fine and perfectly acceptable, and that's what it is. And if you want nuanced characters, that's what humans are in this game for. They're the nuance. That's why I've always taken that other species, whether it be the elves, who, if you know anything about and read the books about dealing with the fairy types,
Very well.
they hunted them as much as they could all down. The elves hunted Fade's people down as much as they could.
Yes.
Many of them were imprisoned. And some had escaped. You know, a few minority had escaped out, but they were all being, you know, severely hunted because
Why don't you let me squeeze through there?
the elves very much were kill them all, they're evil.
I await your word.
This is sort of what with
Faster than Chick-Tika Fast Paws.
the problem it is for
Finished.
elves is that humans can be really, really good, and there can be lots of really, really good ones. But then there can also be a bunch of evil ones. How do you know? They don't know how to separate out easily to these categories that you know, humans can't be separated out that way. So that is sort of the problem that a lot of
I
these.
think that's a lovely idea.
Run back, run back. Draw them in on our good fighters, and
The bigger they are, the harder I hit. By my honor, you shall not see another day.
and so,
Great ahead!
as well as for dwarves, or though dwarves are just sort of insular and
All right.
all non-us stay out, even if you're good. So it becomes less of a quandary of what to do. Oop. Ow. Ouch.
With all speed.
I don't want to rush into a trap
You
here,
require nothing
but
more?
Don't teach my hamster to suck eggs.
okay. Looks like a bony, burning, dead archer. So
Where Minsk goes, evil stands aside.
let's go with a blunt, smashing weapon against.
You think it
What
is
is my
wise
task?
to do so? So much
That.
comes back to haunt us.
Because it looks skeletal, so we'll go over
It
to
shall be
With vengeance!
bone crushing.
a dangerous mistake.
Uh-oh, more. Okay, good thing we have good levels of fire resistance here with these. Okay, rush them. There may be traps, but rush them. Okay. You can rush.
Jump on my sword while you can, evil. I won't be as gentle.
See, like I said, traps. Oh, come on,
Speak
get.
your it is done.
Okay, you can come back and go after the Yanti.
A dangerous mistake.
Here we go. Daystar.
Consider it done. Great fun! A dangerous mistake.
There we go.
I will do my best.
They're down. Longbow +3, cool. Looks like we'll get a few of those. Those are nice. Arrow of detonation, fire arrow +1. We can toss them up to there. Does he have any fire arrows? Yes, he does. So that'll combine well there. Let's just drop these straight into here, into here.
What do you require? Yes.
Well, that was profitable, even for the damages we just faced.
Why, hello,
As the storm builds outside. It is now raining fairly heavily. It wasn't raining when all the lightning started.
This is a lot more exciting. I'll do it.
Well, of course I can do that.
Look for traps, look for traps. We'll look
Very well.
here. We'll leave the other stuff. Detonating arrows. You can have the fire arrows. Okay, Fade. Look down this hallway. I think that may open up
I
a
go.
mummy or something. I don't know.
See battle bow. Run, bow, run!
What for?
You just follow me and stay close.
As I would have done.
Yes, as you ask. Minsk and make way, villainy. Hero
I need
coming
you to
through.
watch my back.
Okay.
Butt kicking, for goodness!
Let them come to us. I don't know that arrows will do much damage to these guys, so I'm not bothering to shoot. But we could certainly take them on a few at a time, instead of them all at once. No, we don't want to go up there. There may be traps.
It shall be.
Like I say, they can come to us.
On my honor.
Well, it's just two of you go here.
Every
Well,
hand
you
jump on my
can go
sword
after
while
one
you
of these
can,
guys.
evil. I won't be as gentle. That's not right.
There we go.
Well, of course I can do that.
Oh, lovely more.
What do you require?
Tactics,
Consider
tactics,
done.
tactics. That really
The
helps
bigger
out.
they are, the harder I hit.
Again, take them on one at a time. Turns a hard opponent into an easy one.
It shall be.
Because yes, I do realize that we're cutting through these guys a lot, maybe easier than intended, but
Yes.
Consider it done.
we're in a spooky crypt in the month of
Why don't you
October,
let me squeeze through there?
while lightning and thunder rage outside, and it is raining.
I will do my best.
This is the perfect setting for this.
finished.
Okay, well, still no traps.
Yes.
Okay, a couple of items, but let's... Well,
I await your word.
what is this supposed to be? This standing sarcophagus is long sealed by stone. Okay, well, we're not going to bust it open.
Very well.
I guess partially because we can't. Okay, more fire arrow. Oh, inferno arrows +2. Oh, even better than fire arrows. And yes, just a damn masterwork thing. As you know, I'm still peeved at having that mod. Yeah, I chose it. And I understood, from what I understood of the description, it was poisonous battle axe +2. That may be worth something. It was supposed to, I thought, affect Baldur's Gate 1 primarily, and not even universally at that. Okay, let's see what's up with this thing. You may open the sarcophagus if you wish. An undead thing pulls itself from the sarcophagus, mumbling angry words in some alien tongue. The thing turns its dead eyes towards you as you recoil in horror. Okay.
Armored,
Okay,
sharpened,
again,
and
start
ready to
smashing
go.
this.
Teach my hamster
Get the hammer
to
out
suck
and
eggs.
smash. There's nothing else in the sarcophagus. Okay.
Shall be.
Ooh. We have a magic item. Spear +2. That'll be worth a little something.
Consider it done.
Yeah. Okay, Fade, start looking again for
I
traps.
think that's a lovely idea. Stay close.
There we go.
With all speed.
As you would have it.
All right.
These are awfully big, wide tunnels for underground.
I know I can be
Crypt.
a great
Shall
host to
be.
you.
Oh, damn. Okay, 1, 2, you guys charge in here.
Consider it done.
No,
Well, of
you
course I
run
can
away.
do that.
Oh, that's messing up their charge. Okay, and you guys still
What's
go
my
after the
task?
bone crunching weapons.
It is done.
I still think those are
On
the
my honor.
best.
Feel the
For
backhand
this.
of justice. Yeah.
Okay, well, he's out of... He needs another stone skin.
Yes.
I will do my best.
Okay, good. More fire arrows, which are fine. Arrows of detonation, which are cool too. And a really nice bow that we can sell. Okay, we want to be careful before we...
You just follow me and stay close.
Ouch. Yes, we get that you're hurt now. You should be hurt with that. Rush at it.
A solid.
Yeah.
Stories amongst my
Yes.
people. Being underground is just not for the Avariel.
Too far away, okay.
Very well.
I need
Good
you
thing
to
for the
watch my
regeneration
back.
items that we have. We're watching it. You just keep getting shot in the front, though. Because you're
Faster
scouting.
than Chick-Tika fast paws.
Well, of course I can do that.
Done.
A ring. A ring. Bard's ring. Grants 1 extra spell each level from 1st through 4th, usable only by a bard, which we don't have, but we'll put that away. Potion of defense, okay.
Yes.
As you ask.
What looks to be a longbow. Composite longbow, okay. Let's click on this. This tomb has been cracked open and anything of value has been removed. Looters have broken the fingers of the corpse, no doubt to take something it was holding. Okay. So I guess that is it. We got some experience taking down the monsters. Any of these things we can open? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay, people. So yeah, that I think is it for this level, as it were. And I think we're going to end the episode here. I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. I really do appreciate that. And, of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Love to see you around more often and mentioning seeing you. The way I see you is if you make a comment. So I'd love to hear from you, whether you want to talk about this episode or something, or my comments, or something else. Love to hear from you. See you next time.